Okay.
Well, no, Elliot. I'm afraid it's not okay. A deal's a deal. You get one more wish, and I get your soul. So let's just get on with it, shall we?
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, really? Well, before you get all hinky, I think I should warn you. I'm not all peaches and cream, you know. I do have a darker side, and believe me, it's not pretty. Now, you can go easy, or you can go hard, but one way or another, I will get your soul!
I'm not gonna do it. There's nothing that you can say or do that will make me.
Oh, I think you'll change your mind. I'm just gonna slip into something a little more terrifying. See you in hell!
What?
Listen to me, you disgusting little maggot. This is your last chance for the big weenie roast. Make a wish or forever burn in hell.
Okay! Okay! I wish that Allison has a happy life!
Oh, good.
Is this heaven?
Heaven? God knows, the courthouse. Just meeting a couple of lawyers for lunch. Clients of mine. Hang on.
Whoa. Wait. What happened to the whole, fire and the big horny guy with the...
No, just a few special effects. Sort of the Universal Studios tour of evil. It normally works pretty well, but evidently you weren't going for it. That last wish of yours was a deal breaker.
What?
Nobody ever reads the contract. Article 147, paragraph 9, subsection 3, selfless acts of redemption.
Huh?
Basically, it says, if you commit one truly benevolent act, it voids the contract.
So I gotta keep my soul?
Yes, you get to keep your soul.
Okay, some characters are able to be given an opportunity to make wishes, but the issue is they fail to make wishes because they tend to forget the key details of how they can make those wishes happen exactly what they wanted. Okay, a good example is Elliot. Elliot was given 6 wishes to make, but the issue is the way Elliot was making those wishes tend to have different consequences in his life, which is crazy. As you can see, we have Elizabeth Harley, who's like playing as a demon, who tends to give Elliot opportunities like, hey, you know what? I'm here to save you. You have problems, you can't get girls and stuff like that. I'm here. So you are able to make 6 wishes. So after making 6 wishes, and if you think those wishes are really bad or maybe didn't work out, I may be able to get your soul, which is crazy. And now Elliot was able, like, hey, you know what? I've been given this opportunity, a golden chance to make 6 wishes. So I'm going to use it to make my dreams come true. And the issue is, he was able to make wishes. But the only problem is, those wishes didn't have the main key details that was supposed to make those wishes to be true according to Elliot's imagination. First, he made a wish like, I want to be powerful and to be respected and to have a lot of money. Yes, and that wish happened. The only problem is you didn't specify how you want to be powerful. So it means if that wish happened, it means you will be given any position of any job so that you can be powerful. You didn't specify like, hey, I want to be A, B, C, D. As you can see, Elliot woke up in the morning in his like a gigantic mansion with a lot of workers, like in a ranch or something, had a wife who was like learning English and stuff, which is actually amazing, and having horses and stuff is like those movies, especially Mexican movies that tend to have like ranches and horses and stuff. Yes, I used to watch that, but now my cable is full of watching Turkish series, which is cool though. I like it, but I'm trying to to make like says. So now Elliot is powerful, he has money. But the issue is he didn't notice like the power that he had came from drug business. And how his friends were like drug lords who were like partners in terms of like making drugs and selling them, which is crazy because as you can see in the end of that scene, Elliot was betrayed by his friends and decided to make a wish to go back to his normal life. So you see, the key detail is Elliot forgot to use and be able to remember the key details before making a wish. Because if you were given a chance to make wishes, please, if you want to be powerful and having a lot of money, it's easy. All you need to say is, I want to be powerful. Maybe I want to be powerful billionaire who is like owning a chicken, or maybe I'm just calling number stuff like a food company that is actually so popular that all the products that people we produce, people are buying it. Which is the money that we get and the wealth that we accumulate every now and then is legal, because that wish will happen. If that wish happen, it means you are safe. But the problem with Elliot is he didn't specify how powerful you want to be and which job that we'll be doing so that it can influence you to have these ginormous powers, like power and authority and status in the society. He was not able to do that because he rushed in terms of making wishes, because he was like, oh, this is my way out. I'm gonna say this, and the funny part is the second scene is he decided to go with Elizabeth, like, hey, you know what? In order for us to know how like the next wishes to come true, first we need to know what the girls want. And then they had to go to the girl's house and trying to snoop around and found this like girl's diary and start reading it. And the girl said, and the girls in the diary was saying like, I want a guy who's so sensitive. And Ellie, without thinking, like, oh, she likes people who are so sensitive, so you know what, I'm going to make a wish based on that. Dude, you were supposed first to read the full diary, or if you can't, you have a demon who has magic powers. Use her to use magic so that you can understand everything that is rewritten in that diary, so that you can know what to do before making a wish. But as you can see, Elliot was so desperate, or maybe he was down bad, I don't know. He decided like, oh, you know what, I want to be sensitive, without even thinking. And that wish came true. And now, when you're going to watch the movie, you'll be introduced in this new cool scene, the beach scene with like the sunset and stuff. And Elliot was acting so weird because he was so sensitive, like crazy. And as you can see, because of like being so sensitive too much, made a girl be interested in other dudes who were like jerks and stuff. That wish didn't go well, and the date failed because, as you can see, the dudes decided even to bully Elliot because he was so weird. And when I talk about Elliot character, the character Elliot, it reminds me from a movie that I reacted, which is Obsession, like Bear, who wanted to make a wish, or maybe wanted Nikki to love him, and without thinking, he made a wish like, I want Nikki to love me like nobody ever in this world. Okay, it's okay. A normal person can say, okay, it's Nikki. But hey, at least you can use her last name. If you tend to make a wish like, I want this girl to love me, can you say, maybe I can use example, maybe, I'm gonna say Nikki Campos, maybe. I don't know, Nikki Campos, or maybe what, Nikki Jordan. Oh. Instead of you saying, I want Nikki to love me, you can say, I want Nick Jonas, who's living in an apartment A, or in a house A, in a plot A, even A, so that you can know, specify, use the key details that are going to make that wish come true exactly the way you want it, or maybe the way you're imagining it to happen, so that it can happen exactly. So now Bear was able to make a wish, and the issue is Nikki was possessed by a demon. You never know. What if that demon, her name was Nikki? So you just summon a demon who is actually has a name similar to Nikki's and tend to possess Nikki so that you can be with Nikki, because I can see you didn't specify which kind of Nikki that you wanted, which is crazy. And as you can see, like, I'm just using this as an example because as you can see, when Elliot made almost 5 wishes, the devil decided, like, you know what, I'm tired. You make almost like 5 wishes, and you just remain with 1 wish. So make a wish so that I can be able to take your soul. And now Elliot was scared and realized, like, oh, I've been terrible because I was not supposed to make even these wishes. I was not supposed to be bargaining with a demon. So now I'm in trouble. And now they start quarreling, like, hey, make the last wish because I don't have time. I have to, take your soul and dig and start fighting. And then now, because the demon was so angry, decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna show this guy who I am. Because she think like I'm actually like a normal person. You go, oh, okay, I'm gonna transform into a demon so that he can be scared and make that last wish, the last wish. And she transformed into like a dark red demon, and then became like Elizabeth Harley with a gold bikini. And I know most of you guys, when I think you want to see that, but hey, because of age restriction, I don't want to show you guys because this is safe. So yeah, so as you can see, a demon transformed into a giantess, then had a giantess gross transformation to become a demon, and then start forcing Elliot to make the 6 wishes. And Elliot made the wish that contradict other wishes, and he was safe, which is crazy. So do you see the similarities of these 2 characters? Because as you can see, to me, I may say Elliot from Bedazzled has the same mannerism as Bear from Obsession, because as you can see, they wanted to make wishes because they were in love with the girl. And all those wishes, it has consequences, because as you can see, in Bedazzled, all those wishes had different consequences, which was so crazy. And the Obsession, one had to die. Bear had to kill her, like had to die so the wish can be broken, which is crazy. So guys, tell me in the comments if you think these 2 characters have similarities. And as you can see, I had to show you Elizabeth Harley as transforming into a giantess character, which is actually amazing. And as you can see, there's a transformation. That transformation is actually classic. If you're waiting for the actual movie reaction, don't worry, because you're gonna get it, because I already did the movie reaction and I've done a lot of kind of reviews and analysis. But I just wanna show a giantess transformation of Elizabeth Harley from a normal person into a demon, and then into a person who is gigantic, which is crazy. And I want to show you hey, the message of how you need to focus on the key details in making wishes so that those wishes can come true. So yes, thank you guys, and tell me in the comments what you think, because your comments are really important. If you're watching this video, make sure to subscribe.